Hey, what's up, everyone? If you are a veteran looking to buy a home in the Pensacola area, you already know there are a million little details to keep track of. So today, we're going to zero in on one super important piece of that puzzle, the VA appraisal. Let's break down exactly what you can expect to pay. Look, using your VA loan benefit is an absolutely fantastic move, but it definitely comes with its own set of questions. And a big one is always about the costs, right? So how much do you actually need to budget for that VA appraisal? Let's just get straight to the numbers. And there you have it. The bottom line is, for a standard VA property appraisal in Pensacola for 2025 and 2026, you're looking at somewhere between $650 and $800. Now that number comes straight from the official fee schedule. But you're probably wondering, what makes it $650 versus $800? To answer that, we've got to look a little closer at the official numbers. The price really boils down to the type of property you're buying. So let's dive into that VA-approved fee schedule for Florida. Okay, this table lays it all out for us. You can see a single-family home or a condo, that's going to be $650, but that price bumps up to $725 for a manufactured home, and it goes all the way up to $800 for a multifamily property, with 2 to 4 units. So the key takeaway here is pretty simple. The more complex the property, the higher the appraisal fee. Make sense? So we know the price, but what are you actually getting for that money? I can tell you it's a whole lot more than just a quick walkthrough. Let's really get into what that fee covers. This whole thing isn't just about slopping a price tag on a house. First, a VA-approved appraiser does a really thorough inspection, inside and out. Then they take a hard look at its condition and check it against the VA's specific standards for safety and livability. And finally, all of that gets rolled into a super detailed report that sets the property's fair market value. It's a really comprehensive process. And that right there is the whole point of the appraisal. It's really a layer of protection. The VA wants to make sure the property is a safe, sound, and sanitary investment, not just for them and the loan, but way more importantly for you and your family. So you can think of it as a critical safety check. All right, so cost is one piece of the puzzle, but time is definitely the other. In the world of real estate, things move fast, and knowing the timeline is absolutely essential for keeping your closing on track. So how long should you plan for this whole process to take? In Florida, you can pretty much bank on getting that report back within 7 business days. This quick turnaround is really designed to keep your home purchase moving forward and help you avoid any of those annoying, unnecessary delays. Okay, we've covered the basics. But what if the place you've got your eye on isn't a standard cookie-cutter house? We already saw in the fee schedule that some properties cost more, so let's dig into why that is. It really breaks down like this. On one side, you've got your standard properties, single-family homes, condos. They have a pretty straightforward valuation process. But on the other hand, you've got more complex cases, like manufactured homes or multifamily properties. The fee is higher for these for one simple reason. The appraisal process is just more involved and takes a lot more work. We have covered a ton of ground in just a few minutes. So let's wrap this up and just highlight the absolute key takeaways you need to have in your back pocket as you move forward. All right, here are the 4 things you've got to remember. First, the range. Budget for about $650 to $800. Second, the timeline. Plan on about 7 business days. Third, remember that the property type is the biggest driver of the final cost. And last but not least, this one's important. Always confirm the exact fee with your lender before you get too far down the road. So there you have it, a clear, no-nonsense breakdown of VA appraisal costs right here in Pensacola. You are now officially armed with the numbers and the timeline. So the only real question left is, what's the next step you're going to take on your path to owning your own home? Thanks so much for joining me.